Good morning, boys and girls. I have a little friend with me today. He just climbed up into my lap. This is my dog, Tebow, and I think Tebow wanted to be part of this video. So here he is. Can you say hi to Tebow? And I know all of you, most of you probably have some kind of pet, and maybe you could send me a picture or a video of you with your pet, whether it be a dog or a cat or a fish or a lizard, I don't know. But this is my dog Tebow, and he loves to snuggle with me. So anyway, I'm so happy to see you. I was so happy to see your pictures and videos that you sent in. Please keep sending those in. Mrs. Jones loves to see those. So I even saw that Roman had shaving cream out and was getting ready to write the alphabet in his shaving cream. You can do that with your finger. You could do that with a straw. Just fun ways to maybe have your grandparent or your nanny maybe call out a letter and then have you trace it into the shaving cream. Just a fun activity and way to just keep working on your letters. So we want to keep doing that. So this morning, we are going to start out with having our Bible time. Now, you know, when we start our Bible time, we always sing our song. This is the Bible, God's written word. It tells us He made us. It tells us He loves us. This is the Bible, God's written word. And what I read from is stories from the Bible, but these are not make-believe stories. Like when we watch movies about make-believe stories, which those are fun, but these stories are real, meaning they really happened in our history, and they come from God. So we're going to talk about the fruit of the Spirit that we've been working on this week or this month, and we've been working on. Can somebody remember the fruit of the Spirit? If you said faithfulness, then you are right. I'm sorry, my dog wants to see, I brought Rudy today, and he wants to play with him, but I'm not letting him. So, but anyway, so we are talking about faithfulness. And can anyone remember what faithfulness means? Faithfulness is doing the right thing and keeping on doing the right thing, even when it gets hard, or even when we don't feel like it. We talked about David and Jonathan and how they were faithful friends, and how even though Jonathan was a prince and the son of a king, he was still David's friend who was just a shepherd boy. And then we talked about Daniel, who was faithful to God even though it got dangerous. The king sent out a law. Remember that people were not supposed to pray to anybody but the king. But Daniel prayed to God every day. He would open up his window and he would pray so people could see him. And you know what? Even when the king said, if you pray to someone besides the king, you will get thrown in the lion's den. That did not stop Daniel. Daniel did just like he always did because he was faithful. He went and opened that window and he prayed to God, even when he knew that he could get thrown in the lion's den. And you know what? The cool ending of that story was, right, is that God was faithful to Daniel. God is always faithful. But he closed the lion's mouths, and he kept those lions from eating Daniel, which was a wonderful story. So let's sing our song for the fruit of the Spirit. And please feel free to sing along with us. We're going to do the coconut, and then we're going to do the banana. Okay, so here we go. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. The fruit of the Spirit's not a coconut. So if you're a coconut, you might as well hear it. That's not the fruit of the Spirit. The Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And then The fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. The fruit of the Spirit's not a banana. So if you're a banana, you might as well hear it. That's not the fruit of the Spirit. The Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So we are talking about faithfulness. Today's story is about a man who actually was not faithful to God. And because God loved him so much, God had to bring something bad into his life to bring him back. And sometimes that happens, doesn't it? Sometimes with our parents, maybe we're acting a certain way, or we're doing things that we should not do or do not please God. And our parents have to maybe have to say, you can't do that anymore, or you're going to have to go sit in time out, or they may take away something from you, or something that they have to do to discipline you because they love you. So this story, and maybe some of you might have guessed what it was, but this is the story of Jonah and the big fish. So I'm going to read it to you. Now, the words are probably backwards, and so the pictures are backwards because I'm reading to you. But that's okay. I'm going to read it and then show you the pictures. Jonah was a prophet of God. One day, God told Jonah, go to the big city of Nineveh. Tell them to stop doing bad things. But Jonah ran away. He did not want to go to Nineveh. Instead, he got on a boat to sail across the sea. God sent a big storm to stop Jonah. The sailors on the boat were afraid. They thought the boat was going to sink. Jonah told the sailors, my God has sent this storm. If you throw me into the water, the sea will become calm again. So the sailors threw Jonah into the raging sea. Instantly, the sea became calm. Just then, Jonah saw a big fish coming. Gulp! The fish swallowed Jonah. Boys and girls, what do you think would have happened to Jonah if that fish had not gulped him up? I think that Jonah would have drowned in that big raging sea. But you know what? God actually brought the fish because God loved Jonah to protect him. God is so good to us. For 3 days and nights, Jonah was inside the fish. He prayed to God, please forgive me. Then God told the fish to spit Jonah onto dry land. God told Jonah a second time, go and tell the people of Nineveh to stop doing bad things. Do you think he obeyed this time? This time, Jonah obeyed God. The people in Nineveh were sorry for doing bad things, so God forgave them. So you see that Jonah at first was not faithful to God. He did not want to do what was right. But God had to bring a storm into his life, and I'm sure it was scary. But even in the storm, God was still loving Jonah. And he sent that big fish to protect him and to keep him safe in the sea until he spit him out. So God is always faithful to us. Even when we're not faithful to him, he loves us so much. Now, friends, I hope that this is a good lesson today and you hear this. But I also want you to see a friend that I brought today. And I think that you hear it. My dog is very, very intrigued by Rudy. But Rudy wants to say something to you. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so happy to see you. Mrs. Jones brought me back so that I could talk to you guys too. So hello. I wanted to say our verse again, which is, do not forget to show kindness. Do you remember that Bible verse? Okay, so when you are at home with your brothers and sisters, or with your mom and dad, or your grandparents, or your cousins, do not forget to show kindness. So meaning be faithful with being kind. So boys and girls, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. Goodbye, Rudy. Thank you for showing up and hanging out with us for a little bit today. So Mrs. Jones is actually getting ready to go out for a run. So I want to get some fresh air and get my blood pumping. So I hope that you are able to do some fun things outside today too, and to get out there and maybe do some jumping jacks, or just maybe run in place for a while, or maybe play some basketball if you have a ball you can bounce, or some practice throwing the ball with your bat and your glove, your baseball glove, or just all kinds of things. So have a wonderful, blessed day, and Mrs. Jones will be thinking of you and praying for you, and please send in pictures. I'd love to see them. Goodbye.